Hello, my Form 4 student. Yes, it's me again, Madam Gracious Kanzieni from Educare, Tanzania. My Form 4 student, I hope you're doing well. Now, we are proceeding with our chemist session series, and my student, we are proceeding with our amazing topic, which is all about nonmetal and their compound. My student, don't give up. Our topic was very long with a lot of subtopics, but it's so amazing that we have already passed through these concepts, a lot of them. Today we are going to look on our last subtopics, which is carbon dioxide. My student, thank you so much, and I hope you will follow the sessions one after another without tired. So now, today we are going to look on the carbon dioxide. My students, when we talk about carbon dioxide, is the covalent compound formed between carbon and the oxygen. Mean that this is the covalent compound. When we are talking about covalent compound, simply we mean those elements or compound formed combination of two or more elements by sharing of the electrons. Mean that two nonmetals, they are formed through the covalent bond formation. So this carbon dioxide, as you see here, we have the combination between the carbon and the oxygen. And the carbon is the nonmetal, but also the oxygen is a nonmetal. So they involve the covalent bond formation. Wameshare electron kufanya reaction or combine together. Now, how can we prepare the carbon dioxide? Carbon dioxide can be prepared in the laboratory. So carbon dioxide can be prepared in the laboratory by the action of dilute hydrochloric acid on marble chips, ambapo kwenye marble chips it is a chemical name, but normal name tumezoea kutumia calcium carbonate. So in the laboratory, once we react the carbon dioxide, the hydrochloric acid with the marble chips, is where we're going to prepare this compound, which is carbon dioxide. My student, here there is a diagram which demonstrates the setup of laboratory preparation of carbon dioxide. As you can see here, our setup, we have the calcium carbonate, which is our marble chips, but we have the dilute hydrochloric acid. So dilute hydrochloric acid inaingia hapa kwenye this funnel, ambapo itakuja kureact au kukutana na calcium carbonate or the marble chips. Then here we have the container for potassium hydrogen carbonate. So also here we have this setup of calcium chloride, and finally we have the setup of gas jar, whereby our gas carbon dioxide can be collected. Now, my students, we are going to look on the procedures, each and everything, what is going to happen here, what is taking place in this, why potassium hydrogen carbonate set here, why calcium chloride setup is here. So we are going to see the simple mechanism concerning this setup of laboratory preparation of carbon dioxide. Now, dilute hydrochloric acid react with the marble chips, ambayo ni calcium carbonate, to give the calcium chloride, water, and carbon dioxide gas. Kwamba after the marble chips react with the dilute hydrochloric acid, obviously we are going to have the calcium chloride, which is salty, but also we are going to have the water molecule, and finally we are going to have our main or wanted product, which is the carbon dioxide gas. As you can see here, the simple demonstration of chemical equation reaction, whereby this is the marble chips, calcium carbonate, but this is the dilute hydrochloric acid. So after they react, here is where we're going to have calcium chloride, but also we're going to have the water molecule, and finally we're going to collect or to produce our carbon dioxide gas. So as you can see here, this calcium chloride, it is in form of salt. Why not in form of, it is in form of solution. Why not in form of solid? My student, tutakuja kuona kwa nini. Now, the potassium hydrogen carbonate solution absorb any traces of hydrochloric acid from the carbon dioxide. Kwamba potassium hydrogen carbonate, that setup of potassium hydrogen carbonate kwenye ile setup ya preparation of carbon dioxide tuliona kumbe imekuwa set sorry kumbe potassium hydrogen carbonate imekuwa set pale. The aim is to trace hydrochloric acid from the carbon dioxide, kwamba yenyewe inafanya tracing of any hydrochloric acid from the carbon dioxide. Ili tupate pure carbon dioxide gas lazima zile some of the impurities and unwanted materials lazima ziwe removed. Now after the reaction taking place, the marble chips ambayo ni calcium carbonate imereact na dilute hydrochloric acid ili tuweze kuzalisha carbon dioxide ambayo ni pure. Now any hydrochloric acid passed through after the reaction kwenye ile setup itakuwa trapped, itakuwa traced by using the potassium hydrogen carbonate. But also the gas is then dried by passing it through anhydrous calcium chloride. There we have the anhydrous calcium chloride. So ile calcium chloride lengo lake au the purpose of set there was to make drying of this carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide cha kwanza tumefanya tracing of the N-hydrochloric acid. Cha pili ile calcium chloride yenyewe inafanya drying. So it tends to dry those carbon dioxide gas before haijawa collected kwenye gas jar. So that's why zile setup zote zimekuwa involved. The aim was this one. Now carbon dioxide is collected by downward delivery because it is denser than air. And finally is where the carbon dioxide can be collected in downward displacement simply kwa sababu yenyewe ni denser than air. Something to note is other carbonates such as magnesium carbonate can also be used to prepare carbon dioxide gas, kwamba also the carbon dioxide gas tunaweza tukatumia hizi carbonate nyingine. Kwa mfano tuna hiyo magnesium carbonate. Also vile tuliona katika natural occurrence of this carbon, kwamba tuliona carbon sometime and exist katika this carbonate compound. So vile tunaweza tukatumia other carbons, for instance magnesium carbonate kuweza kufanya preparation ya carbon dioxide gas. Kwa mfano pale tumetumia marble chips, calcium carbonate. So carbonate nyingine kama magnesium vile zinaweza zikatumika. So keep it on your mind. Kwa hiyo ukiwa asked about the laboratory preparation, so also magnesium carbonate can be used. It is suitable for preparing the carbon dioxide gas. Now let us look on the physical properties of carbon dioxide gas. Carbon dioxide is the colorless and odorless gas. Kwamba yenyewe ni colorless and odorless. When you talk about colorless, mean that we can't observe. Maybe it is green in color, it is yellow, it is red, it is blue in color and so forth. So when we are saying this is colorless, mean that ni kitu ambacho tunakiona. Physical property, kitu ambacho unaweza ukasema okay, this is colorless. Hatuwezi kugundua kama ni color gani. So this is the physical property. Now another, it has a melting point of -199 degrees Celsius and a boiling point of -91.5 degrees Celsius. Kwamba kumbe in a very low boiling point and melting point. So as you can see here, kwa melting point yake ni -199 nyuzi joto. Vile boiling point yake ni -91.5 nyuzi joto. So zenyewe zina low, this carbon dioxide, it has low boiling points and also it has low melting point. Another, the gas is denser than air. Simply mean that this carbon dioxide is denser than air, kwamba yenyewe ni very denser. Solid carbon dioxide is referred to as dry ice, kwamba this solid carbons solid carbon dioxide inakuwa referred kama dry ice, yenyewe ikiwa ni solid in nature inakuwa referred, inajulikana kama dry ice. Dry ice sublimes means changing direct to gas at atmospheric pressure. So this dry ice, they tend to sublime. When I'm talking about sublimes, mean that here sublimation taking place. So the sublimation when taking place mean that it change to gas at atmospheric pressure, kwamba kwenye ile atmospheric pressure yenyewe hii carbon dioxide inatendi to change direct to gas. Now let us look on the test for carbon dioxide, kwamba ni namna gani tunaweza tukajua kwamba hapa kuna uwezo wa carbon dioxide. When we are talking about the test for anything, mean that we can able to determine the presence of a certain substance or compound katika sehemu fulani. Now the carbon dioxide we can able to test or we can able to know their presence by using the lime water. When we talk about lime water, mean that when a little carbon dioxide is bubbled into lime water, a white precipitate of calcium carbonate is formed. Kwamba okay, carbon dioxide yakiwa bubbled kwenye lime water, kinatokea kitu gani? Zinatokea hizi precipitates za calcium carbonate. So baada ya hizi precipitate kutokea, this simplify that there is presence of carbon dioxide gas there, and is where we can able to say tumetest presence of carbon dioxide katika a certain compound. So consider the chemical equation reaction below. This is calcium calcium hydroxide. So this is the carbon dioxide. So once this lime scale, ambayo lime scale lime water, when we talk about lime water, hii ni chemical name ambayo common name ndo hii tunasema calcium hydroxide. So the lime water react with the carbon dioxide. Once it's bubbled together, once they combine together, we're going to have the carbonate of calcium, whereby this is salt ambayo imekuja katika solid form, but also we are going to have the water molecule. So this precipitate, formation of this precipitate of calcium carbonate will indicate that there is a carbon dioxide within the compound or within that substance. When excess carbon dioxide is added into lime water, the milky or white precipitate dissolve due to the formation of soluble calcium hydrogen carbonate. Kwamba now when excess carbon dioxide is added, kwamba hii carbon dioxide ikiwa added in excess katika lime water, katika ile calcium hydroxide, kwamba the milk or white precipitate dissolve, kwamba ile white precipitate or the milky color of that solution or compound in a dissolve. After dissolving they tend to dissolve because of the formation of soluble calcium hydrogen carbonate. So simply this is the chemical reaction which tend to show or to demonstrate what the reaction of this excess carbon dioxide ikiwa added katika lime water. So this is calcium carbonate, this is water, this is carbon dioxide. So we are going to have this one tend to react. The reaction tends to take place due to the excess carbon dioxide. So we are going to have the calcium hydrogen carbonate solutions or molten compound as you see there. So hii hapa calcium carbonate ita react. Now another test for carbon dioxide gas is by using barium hydroxide. When a little carbon dioxide is bubbled into barium hydroxide, a white precipitate of barium carbonate is formed. Kwamba hii little carbon dioxide ikiwa bubbled na barium hydroxide, what will be formed is white precipitate of barium carbonate is formed. Tulisema kwamba kwenye calcium carbonate is where we can we can found the compound of or the element of carbon. So carbon dioxide inaweza kuzalishwa kutoka kwenye hizi carbonate. The carbonate compound is where we can able to prepare the carbon dioxide. For instance, tuliona marble chips, calcium carbonate. So tunapopata formation ya hizi compound mean that ndani yake ni matokeo ya hizi carbon dioxide. So when a little carbon dioxide is bubbled into barium hydroxide, a white precipitate of barium carbonate is formed. For instance, let us look on the simple chemical equations which demonstrate the mechanism or the chemical reaction equation. But here we have the barium hydroxide ambayo ndo hapa itakuwa ina act as our lime water. Now we have a carbon dioxide gas. So the reaction after bubbling take place here, we're going to have the barium carbonate, but also we're going to have the water molecule. My student, before I sum up this session, I would like to emphasize on this issue of laboratory, preparation of this carbon dioxide. My student, this is a simple setup in your school also, because I hope there is chemistry laboratory there. It's better you can try to borrow your teacher or your lab technician akupe assistance, akupe ule msaada wewe kuweza kufanya hii setup, because this marble chips, calcium carbonate, this diluted hydrochloric acid are available in our chemistry laboratory or the school laboratory. So try on your own, nenda kaombe assistance, kaombe msaada carbon dioxide, whereby this setup you can tell your lab your laboratory technician in your school, so as you can try, because this diluted hydrochloric acid, this marble chips, this compound is very easy to set this setup, and you can make the observation, or you can see how to prepare. You can try to prepare the carbon dioxide in the laboratory by using this setup, and also by considering those stages until you get this carbon dioxide. But my student, now it's after looking this chemical tests of carbon dioxide, this marks the end of our session. But before I sum up our session, I would like to provide a task for you. My student, I am sure that you will pass through some of the different materials, so as you can get more knowledge. You can widen up your understanding concerning about these sessions. Now, the first question is, with the idea of diagram, explain how can you prepare the carbon dioxide in the laboratory. So you see the task, it needs you to pass through how you can prepare carbon dioxide in the laboratory, and also use the diagram. So it is very it will be very simple for you once you try on your own, but also you go for seek for assistance from your lab technicians or from your teacher, so as you can try to make a setup and they try to make the preparation of this carbon dioxide in the laboratory. My student, also another question is, describe the chemical test of carbon dioxide involve their reactions. Chemical test of carbon dioxide tumeziona, bubbling of carbon dioxide with the lime water, but also barium hydroxide. So try to attempt the task, my student, to improve your understanding. Also involve their chemical equation reactions. It is a simple question, but just by saying or by looking them, lakini kama hutojaribu itakuwa ni very tough. So try it so as you can be perfect. Thank you so much. This marks the end of our session. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like and comment our Media Educator TZ. Thank you so much. Have a nice moment.